Hey, Internet friends. In the United States of America, we live under a system that is for the people, by the people, right? I think I learned that catchphrase in public school right after some fancy schmancy Common Core math. We were taught that our elected officials represent us, that under this great nation we all live under the rule of law. Yet, as the future unfolds before us, particularly in the case of 2020, it's becoming more apparent that the biggest criminals are the ones walking free on the streets, making up and enforcing the laws. Not only that, but those criminals recruit us peasants through means of media manipulation to fight amongst each other so we don't notice the clear injustice taking place. We're simply too distracted and too divided to do anything about it. That's been the case in 2020 at least. A year in which lockdowns are rampant. People are so desperate that they'll accept any solution thrown at them. And government is largely unaccountable as they parade around in their hypocrisy, demonstrating that there are a completely different set of rules for the privileged class. It's about time we add to the list of rules for thee, but not for me. That's why I've compiled a list of events that have taken place over the last month. Governor Gavin Newsom was photographed at California's French Laundry restaurant, attending a birthday party with a dozen friends. When pressed for comment on this incident, Newsom said, "While our family followed the restaurant's health protocols and took safety precautions, we should have modeled better behavior and not joined the dinner." This dinner came after months of tyrannical orders and guidelines from Newsom to Californians. For months, he told Californians to limit their socialization with friends and family. Businesses that were not deemed essential were locked down, and millions struggled with their finances. The best part of this dinner? The wine bill from the dinner party was rumored to be $12,000. A $12,000 wine bill, while Californians were told to make that $1,200 stimulus check stretch as far as possible. Newsom wasn't the only politician to dine at the fancy French Laundry restaurant. Just one night later, San Francisco Mayor London Breed had dinner at the 3-star Michelin restaurant. Keep in mind, French Laundry ain't no Applebee's, it's notoriously expensive. And if the dinner had taken place in San Francisco, it would have violated the mayor's new health guidelines. It was reported that San Francisco had issued stricter guidance than the state for several types of businesses, including restaurants, which were not supposed to seat groups larger than 6 indoors or outdoors unless everyone there lived together. Well, 3 days after the French Laundry meal, the mayor banned indoor dining in San Francisco altogether. Around mid-November, Governor John Bel Edwards of Louisiana was photographed socializing maskless with his bros at the Baton Rouge Country Club. The photo was taken just before Governor Edwards enacted more COVID lockdowns on Louisiana. I mean, look at his face when he's within sneezing proximity of this other fella. Does he look afraid to you? He certainly doesn't from where I'm sitting. In fact, from where I'm sitting, all I see is that these politicians have to lie to their subjects to get them to cower in fear so that the privileged class can take more power. Problem, reaction, solution. It's amazing to me that with claims of a virus so deadly, and such a reported rise in cases over the last month, that these poor bureaucrats would even leave their houses at all. I mean, unless they're just flat out lying to the public about how deadly the virus actually is. In a video released on November 9th, Mayor Steve Adler of Austin, Texas, urged residents to avoid socializing and traveling, saying, "This is not the time to relax." Only a few days before issuing that warning, he hosted his daughter's wedding at an Austin hotel, where after, he and 8 wedding guests flew on a private jet to Cabo San Lucas for a resort vacation. The mayor has since issued an apology, but let's face it, he's not sorry. He's just sorry he got caught. Mayor Adler wasn't the only politician who took a tropical vacation over the last month. While the rest of us peasants were trying to perfect our lighting for those Zoom calls, the week before Thanksgiving, over half a dozen California legislators gathered for an annual conference in Maui. Despite travel warnings by health officials, the legislators insisted on attending this in-person retreat that was hosted and financed by special interest groups and lobbyists. And get this, the topic of the week? How to safely reopen the economy amid the pandemic. The conference started on the day that California public officials moved many counties back to the purple reopening tier. which just basically means that they reinforce California's toughest restrictions for public gatherings and business operations to #stop the spread, especially as the super spreader event known as Thanksgiving was quickly approaching. A week before Thanksgiving, San Jose's mayor instructed citizens to, quote, cancel the big gatherings this year and focus on keeping each other safe, end quote. Turns out the mayor was one of the 8 people from 5 different households who celebrated Thanksgiving with his family. California pandemic protocols officially had limited the number of households that could attend public gatherings to 3. So remember, while you were encouraged to attend virtual Thanksgiving with your family, the mayor of San Jose was throating a turkey leg and laughing it up with his. So just a few hours after Los Angeles County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl voted to ban outdoor dining in LA over safety concerns, referring to outside dining as a most dangerous situation since unmasked diners could expose their servers to their mouth breathing, Sheila went and did it. She went and dined outside at a restaurant in Santa Monica. To summarize here, Grandma had to die alone in the nursing home because of fear and corona protocols. But these politicians, they went to fancy restaurants, got cozy with lobbyists, went on not-so-socially distanced tropical vacations, and enjoyed intimate Thanksgivings with their families, all while your tax dollars were hard at work. I don't know what else to say besides it's time to remove the vermin from our house. You want a chance at freedom for yourself and your loved ones? Start by getting rid of these psychopath politicians. All these creatures want to do is manipulate you emotionally and then distract and divide you so they can take more power. It's not only a battle for your mind, your attention, and your consent. I truly believe that big picture here, it's the battle for your soul. What do you think, internet friends? You know I always look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for supporting my videos on Patreon. Please check back regularly because we know that YouTube doesn't send out notifications. Be sure to subscribe and follow me on social media. I have all the links listed below as well as the sources to this video. Bye!